stories of death in college。各位朋友，大家好。今天我想邀请2位学生哈，他们都是耳朵就是耳聋有这样的问题，那他们都很成功，在大学里面很成功，所以我要他们来跟大家一起分享他是怎么样做到的。Okay, is anybody ready?
Yes, ready.
So let's have everybody introduce yourself. Okay, 我也请他们介绍他们自己。Okay, start with you want to introduce yourself.
My name is Rae Texler.
My name is Tiffany Turner.
And my name is Brenda Flick. I'm the interpreter.
所以我们有 Tiffany and Winema, Winnie, 还有 Brenda， 她是我们的手语的翻译员。所以我们现在就是要请他们来分享他们的是怎么样，在从小时候是怎么样耳朵失聪这样的一个状况。Okay, so maybe Tiffany, you want to start it? Okay, so maybe we will start. Can you turn on your phone so we can see them working? Yeah. 所以我们请，因为这个是做那个直播，所以我们来看看我们这个直播有没有正式成功，再开始。Is it working?
Well, not that.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Okay.
You can see.
Wow. 好 ，Looks like it's working now. Okay. 好像已经开始要有成功了哦。那请大家就锁定我们的这个 channel 来听听看这个故事。Okay. Everybody pay attention. We are going to start a wonderful story from these 2 students. Okay. So maybe Tiffany, I let you start to introduce yourself. Tiffany 来介绍一下她自己。
Okay, so I'm a senior. Well, I have a senior standing, and next semester will be my senior year at Tiff University. I'm really excited to see how much more I can accomplish. Before coming to college, I made a lot of bad decisions and didn't have a good life. And one day I woke up and I was like, this isn't the way I want to live. I need to go to college. I need to do something with my life. And being deaf has always held me back. I used to think that, I'm not smart enough, and here I am. I have awards, I have certificates, I have, honor societies on my record, and it's great. It's been a really good experience, best thing I've ever done in my life.
Tiffany 说她现在是要升大4了啊，那她就很高兴说她能够上大学，因为这个耳聋很多时候人家会告诉她说，哎呀，你不要上大学啦，上大学没有意义。结果她觉得她这是最好的决定，就让她决定要上大学。她说她以前做了一些比较不好的选择，那后来她选择上大学，她现在觉得这是人生很有意义的事情。I summarize your Chinese.
I think it was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you? 那我们来请他同学。
I'm a freshman here. I came in 2017. And for 8 years I had not been in school since I was 18. So Tiffany is the one who gave me enough courage to go to college. So, and I want the best life for me and my daughter. So I'm working hard now. So I really enjoy Tiff and University. This is my hometown. Also, I was born and raised in Tiff, Ohio. So I love it.
So you say you didn't come to college for 8 years.
Yes. Nothing.
所以他从高中毕业到大学，他停了8年。在这个8年里面，很多的事情发生。那他现在很高兴，他能够上大学。
It was 3 years after I graduated high school before I went to college. So we both kind of just took us a while to get here, but we're here now.
Tiffany 她休学了，停了3年才来念大学。So can you guys tell us when you plan to come to college? Is anybody tell you no? You should not do that.
Yes.
我问他们说，在他们想上大学这个念头，是不是有人会反对？他们说是。So what kind of voice there to tell you to pull you down?
There was things like, how are you gonna do that? You have like, are you gonna have interpreters? Are you smart enough? Those kind of things. And I've always doubted myself. I'm really smart. I've always known that. I just never really thought I could succeed in college. It's different than high school, so it's.
因为很多人会告诉他们说，你够聪明吗？那你怎么听得到嘞？那有人会帮你翻译吗？就是很多负向的声音会让他们即使他们自己觉得自己的能力是够的，但是这个外面的负向声音会让他们觉得说，也许我做不到。So how about you for the AUs? What happened?
I was in a bad situation for a while with my daughter's father. He would always bring me down and tell me that I was stupid, and say that I couldn't do what I wanted to do. He told me I had to stay home and raise my daughter. And Tiffany was the one who tried to talk to me in private and help me open my eyes to see that that was bad, and gave me the courage to leave. And that was everything after that. That was the best decision ever, and I am really happy right now.
所以他说，在8年里面，因为他的先生就是一直不要他来念书，然后叫他待在家里照顾女儿就好了。那还好，他有认识 Tiffany 一直鼓励他，让他有勇气来念书。So tell me, how do you guys know each other? 他们是怎么认识的？
The first time I met Tiffany was at my graduation party. One of my friends brought her, and I had never met her before that. When we first met, we hit it off. We didn't become really best friends though until about 4 years ago. And we got really close. And we're just really a big part of each other's lives. Ever since my graduation party.
So your graduation party?
Graduation party
from high school.
Yes, from high school.
是他在高中毕业的那个庆祝会时候彼此认识。然后我现在来问 Tiffany， 他怎么会想到要鼓励他，怎么给他什么能量，他觉得他可以帮助你。A question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel you can help her when you try to encourage her? Where are you in that time? Are you already in college?
Yes, I was in college. I was sophomore when she came in. Like she had stated, leaving the child's father helped a lot. And afterwards, I was like, you see how well I'm doing. They have interpreters, they have note takers. TU provides the accommodations. And, and that kind of was a big thing for her. She was like, okay, if you can do it, I can do it. So we motivated each other throughout college. It's been a really good experience.
So you see your position.
Yes.
Tiffany 说，因为她来上大学，然后她有得到很好的经验，所以她就鼓励她说，你可以来上大学。So maybe a lot of people have been wondering. Okay, so when you around other people, do you want people know you have healing problem? 我问她说，当她在一个新的环境，她有没有希望人家知道她有听障
I always let people know.
For me, sometimes it depends on the situation. Not always do I tell people right off the bat. Eventually I tell them, but most of the time no one realizes it until I mention something about it, or until they see me signing and I'm like, you're deaf? No way. That kind of thing. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm normal. I just, have a hearing problem. That's all it is.
Yeah. 所以他说他是一定会让人家知道。那 Tiffany 他说要看情况。So let me ask you, how do you learn read lips so well?
So before I was deaf, I was about 3 years old when I had my first hearing aids. I believe I was about 8 or 9 when I could wear. So usually growing up between the ages of 1 and 3, you started to speak well, and I wasn't completely deaf before learning how to speak.
Okay.
So when I had the hearing aids, I went straight to speech therapy. I learned how to, pronounce words correctly. I still have trouble with that every now and then.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's great.
It's gotten a lot better. I'm still improving my speech every day. I always ask people to tell me if I say something wrong. Let me know. I want to learn how to say it correctly. I just learned how to lip read when I was younger. And not everyone can read lips.
I know.
And that's something that a lot of people think that, all deaf people read lips. Yeah. You're deaf. Read my lips.
Yeah.
And Winnie is not very good at reading lips. I'm like the expert on lip reading. And she's like, I can't read. And her main language is sign language. If you cannot sign to her, right to her, she's not going to understand you.
So your motivation to learn and to improve yourself.
Yes, always.
他说他是大概3岁的时候，大概耳朵开始听不到，然后所以他就一直很认真去练习读唇语。So I'm curious. I'm from other country. You can still read my lips. So. When I speak English, can you read?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. So still a little bit from American people, our lips.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit harder to understand for me, anyone from a different country. And I have a lot of difficulties communicating with professors.
Yeah.
Because they're not always from here, and that's okay, because it's a learning experience for me to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, they speak with this accent, so I kind of have to figure out how you're speaking and moving your lips when doing that. And it's very hard. It's not an easy task to learn how someone speaks. When I meet anybody, really, I don't right off the bat understand how to read their lips. You kind of have to see how they move their mouth, move their lips, and their facial expressions. Like everything is necessary to understand how they're saying something.
我问他说我是从外国来的，那我的唇语你怎么听得懂？他说其实那个唇语就是跟我们的口音还是有点关联，所以从那个教授或别人从外国来的，他们的那个唇语的那个型，他其实会比较有困难去了解，所以他需要多花一点时间去了解。It's the first time I know.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. So let me ask you.
Sign language is.
Go ahead.
There's many different colleges are accepting ASL as a foreign language. Like French, there's French sign language. There's Brazilian sign language. There's Chinese sign language.
Yeah.
But we don't know their signs because it is different. Every language is different.
Yeah.
And it goes along with when they speak. So there's differences. It's really cool.
对，他们有提到说这个手语其实就是很每个国家都不一样，那就像不同的语言一样。So let me ask Brenda. Brenda 是我们的翻译员，然后我来问他们怎么会想要做这样的工作。So let me ask you, how make you involved to the sign language work?
Well, I grew up with both my mother and father being deaf. So I learned sign language simultaneously or maybe even first before I spoke. So that's how I learned to sign. I didn't get involved with interpreting until later. I really didn't like having to interpret for my parents when I was growing up.
Really?
I hated it, yes. And I thought that I would never want to do that for a living. But as I got older, I really started to value the skill and the gift that I have. So now I use it and I really enjoy working in that area. And I really enjoy deaf culture, deaf people. They're really, they have their own culture and I really like it.
Brenda 说，因为她就是从小，她的父母都是耳聋，所以她从小就是要跟她父母的沟通，就是要用这个手语。那她本来不会，她最不喜欢帮她父母翻译做手语翻译，因为觉得很麻烦。但是她现在，而且她以前也不会想到她后来的工作会是帮忙做手语翻译，但是她现在很喜欢这样的文化。她说，聋人的文化有他们很特殊的东西，是值得我们学习的。So, yeah, okay. What's the question?
We were just having a conversation. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. So, you guys just like me from different culture, right? We all different culture.
Yes.
So, my question is, what do you want people to know? Like one of your research paper, you just win an award, right?
Yes.
Called Deaf Can Hear.
Yes.
Let me introduce. Tiffany 她刚写完一篇很好的报告，叫做《聋人听得到》。那她这一篇报告赢得最佳的研究奖，所以我来请她分享一下她这个研究里面，她到底要告诉我们什么。I told them you win the outstanding paper award.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So can you tell us what's this deaf can hear? What's that mean?
Okay, so for one of my classes, I did a research project about deaf culture. And I wanted to see the stereotypes that a lot of people believe. And one of the questions on there was, can deaf people hear music? And we can. You know, I can hear it more than Winnie can.
I can only feel the beat or the vibrations. I can't tell any words. Just the sound. That's all.
But she can still dance to it as she feels the beats and stuff, and I think that's a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
I can do it somewhat, but like her being completely deaf, and she feels the vibrations, like she just moves along to it. It's really amazing to see it. I love it.
Yeah.
So like I titled my whole research on that.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting research project, and I enjoyed it. It's good.
So you say because that deaf culture, everybody's so diverse in their degree of hearing, right?
Yes.
So then, like, she can hear the vibration, right? And then you can hear
The music itself.
music. You can hear the music.
Yeah. There's some things that I can't quite hear, like the different pitches sometimes. Like, I love to sing, but I am tone deaf. And like, I just, I mean, it's hard to understand some of that, but I can hear it. It just depends on what it is.
So what you want people to know?
No, I want people to know that we're just like you. That was one of the bigger things that I had to deal with growing up, is that I was different for everybody. Middle school and high school was very hard to handle that, and that's another reason why I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to go to school to be left out, to be excluded from everything. But coming here, so much diversity already, and people are so accepting and so much more open-minded with different cultures, different people, and very welcoming of me. So we are just like, you just cannot hear, and you have to work with us a little bit harder. We have to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, me and Winnie, we have fun all the time.
Yeah.
If only people knew how cool we were,
Yeah.
we'd be best friends with everybody.
Yes. 所以他说他这报告最主要是要让人家知道说，就是即使是听障的学生或听障的人，他们跟 每个人都是一样，他们也是要有快乐，那每个人听的程度不一样。像温妮就是温妮，她就是可以听到那个震动的声音，然后那个 Tiffany，you can hear the music， 她可以听到音乐的声音啊。那所以就是我们要跟他们相处的时候，就是要了解他们，但是也知道说他们就是跟我们一样，就是要有快乐，快乐就是人生很重要的一个需求，他们跟我们是一样。Okay, you mentioned about in high school and middle school it get harder. How hard is that? You might share. 我问他，他说在中学跟小学那个时候其实是比较辛苦的。我问他说，他有没有建议跟我分享一下 ？How hard?
It was pretty hard. I didn't know how to get people to see that I was hearing impaired or deaf, but I can still socialize.
I'm going to be successful. I want people get to know me. Just always.
In high school, I really didn't care at that point. I just wanted to get out of high school and get it over with. I was tired of being left out because of my disability, and you know, like I said, it kind of prevented me from going to college and having to go through that whole ordeal again. But college is very different. I'm very open-minded. It's been a great experience. I'm more open as a person. I'm more, how do I say it, outspoken and outgoing, and I enjoy getting to know different people. So there's a lot of exclusion in elementary, middle school, and high school.
他说他那时候其实很辛苦，他都不想去克服，他觉得他高中毕业就好，所以他才会停了好几年，没有勇气上大学。那他很高兴说，他上了大学，这个环境让他觉得很友善，他交了很多朋友，他觉得自己变得更外向。So, who encouraged you to go to college? Who is there? Who is the people push you? 我来问他，他怎么会上大学？是
Think
谁
about it. You decided yourself.
Yeah.
Like I stated previously, I literally did not like the way I was living. I was tired of living day to day, doing nothing. I wanted to do something better in my life. I've always wanted to help people. I was in high school. I wanted to be a doctor and a nurse, but eventually I realized after I took psychology and sociology in high school, it's like, no, psychology is so much more fun. But when I graduated, I didn't want anything to do with it. And then one day I woke up and was like, let's go do something with my life.
Wow.
I had a really big motivator, which was one of my best friends, Allie, and she's been a really big support. And then I have Whitney, she supports me a lot. I have my family now, but the decision came from within. It really did. Just wanted to do it for myself.
他说他就是在高中毕业以后，一直就没有特别做什么事，然后他一直觉得这样的生活他其实不是很喜欢，所以他不要人生没有事情做，没有什么可以付出的，所以有一天他醒来说不要，我一定要做一些不一样的事情，所以那个决定让他开始有动力要上大学。So when you have that moment, okay, did you tell people?
Yes.
What's the first step you took?
The first step I took was doing the application. I had a lot of doubts about it. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get accepted. No way, you know, like, I'm not that smart. They're not gonna accept me. I got my acceptance letter. I told Winnie right away, and I told Allie, and then I told my grandma and my family.
他说他做了那个决定以后，他第一个动作就是去填申请表。他说填申请表的时候，他其实还是很怀疑，他想说大概没有人会要我，没有学校会要我的。所以当他接到那个被学校接受可以入学的许可的时候，他好兴奋。他告诉他的朋友，告诉他的祖母，大家都很兴奋。So do you feel like you are control your life?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The motivation. 所以我问他，他有没有觉得人生是可以自己掌控？他说是。 How about you?
Yeah. I was motivated and the school, I feel like I'm in control. I changed a lot of bad habits that I had since I've started school. I'm doing so much better. And I want to do the best for my daughter. I want my daughter to be proud of me.
温妮也说，她也是，她觉得现在她觉得动机很强。她因为她有女儿，她希望她的女儿是为她感到骄傲。How old are you, Golden? How old are you, Golden?
3, she'll be 4 in 4 months.
她的女儿快要4岁，她是希望她女儿为她感到骄傲。So can you guys share with us what's your plan for the future?
Oh, I'm graduating in a year from now, and I kind of want to come back for my master's.
Wow.
But I also want to move to Florida. I'm from Florida, and I don't like the weather here, so I just want to leave and go. But I also want to get all of my education. I'm hoping to get a graduate assistant position, which I have to apply for. Eventually, I have time for that. So once I get that, I'll hopefully get my master's. If not, my plans are to go to Florida and use my CDCA.
所以 Tiffany 她说她还有1年才要毕业，那她有2个选择，一个就是留在这里继续她的硕士学位，或是她搬到那个比较温暖的佛罗里达。但是不管做什么，她的目标就是要去帮助人。How about you? What's your plan?
Once I graduate, I want to become a social worker for children's services. That's my dream. I want to work with children. And move maybe to West Virginia. That's where I'm thinking I'd like to move with my daughter.
Yeah. 所以温妮想要做社工员，她说可以帮助人。所以我来问他们一下，他们现在人生他们觉得最快乐的时刻是什么 ？So in your daily life, what's the happiness moment in your daily life?
Ever since my daughter was born, she's really the shining light of my life. But before that, I don't know. To be honest, I guess when we became
Yes,
friends.
thank you.
But before that, really, I really can't remember.
How about school? What's a happy moment in school?
Hanging out with my friends and my one friend that was always there for me. But growing up in school, I was bullied because being deaf and because I couldn't talk about and my disability. I really learned to fight growing up. But at the end of my school year, I did have one friend that was there for me the whole time until I graduated, so that helped.
他说他大概生女儿之后，他就觉得他的人生开始有意义。要不然以前在学校的时候，他觉得常常被欺负，其实是蛮辛苦的。我来问一下 Tiff，How about you? What's your happiness moment every day? Like what moment say, yeah, I know you're always happy. You look always happy.
Thank you. I am a really happy person. But like anybody else, I have my lows and times. But I've been working through a lot of things. This year has been really rough. I've been dealing with a lot of personal things going on in my life. I feel like at times I'm the only one that pulls myself out of the darkness and into the light. So really myself and make myself happy. I have to stay positive. I have hope that things are gonna get better, and I have control over the things that I do and the emotions I have. So I try to keep control of that. But my accomplishments are what really keep me going. I want to succeed in life. I want to get my life back together. So like all these recognitions I get for all the good work, like the outstanding paper and all that, like it just makes me realize, Tiff, you're doing good, you got this, keep going. So the accomplishments and the recognition that I'm getting, the praise and the awards, and myself.
他说他快乐的时候就是他的努力获得肯定，像他写的研究，他得到这个最佳研究奖，还有他得到的好成绩，都是很好的鼓励。但是他相信他就是自己是鼓励自己最重要的。You are your own motivator.
Exactly.
Right?
I really am.
You are your own motivator. Right? So tell us, how do you overcome the barrier in the class and make you success? What make you success? Yeah.
Having the accommodations, the effective accommodations that I'm getting, or that I have been receiving, helps a lot. You know, having the interpreters, having the note takers is a very important thing for me to have in order for me to get the education that I need to succeed.
他觉得就是他很感谢学校给他很多的协助，让他能够成功。Well, however, people can help you.
Yes.
But if you don't help yourself, you won't get success, right?
Kind of, yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to be better. That's the key. Right?
Yes.
他说，不管外面的协助怎么样，其实就是自己最重要。How about you? What made you success?
Thinking about my daughter, trying to work hard and here at school, you know, and when I need help, I have to ask for help. Go to my professors and have a full-time interpreter. That really helps me. Having the full accessibility to communication so that I understand everything, that's really important.
You know, you are very special because in the class, you have an interpreter there, right? And I feel so special when I have you in the class because I not only have you, I have right?
I know.
我跟他说，其实我当老师，我也很荣幸，就是说有他当我的学生，因为他不仅来上课，他还有翻译员跟着来，所以我就等于班上又多了一个很特殊的学生，special student. So can you share with us what's your experience in working with deaf people, Brenda?
I love meeting all the different people I get to meet when I interpret. There's so many personalities, so many beautiful faces. I really, really enjoy. That's my favorite part of interpreting is I get to meet so many interesting people with so much knowledge and just wish I could sit down and learn from each one of them because every person we come across, you know, they teach us something.
Yeah.
Also, not just teach us things, but things about ourselves as we learn about them. So that's what I really enjoy about interpreting.
Oh, and I also remember you teach me the other day, say when you talk with deaf people, you have to look at them.
Yes.
Right? So can you tell us about it?
Okay, so a lot of the problems that we encounter is everybody does it, so it's not, I don't know how to explain that, but people can always look at the interpreter and be like, can you tell her I'm right here?
Yeah.
You're talking to me, we're not speaking to the interpreter. And it's something I'm trying to teach everybody. When I'm with her, it's a whole other story. They look at me and ask me to tell her things.
Okay.
No, you tell her yourself. You find a way to communicate with her. You can write to her. You can ask me, like, how do you say, you know, how are you? And then I can just be like, this is how you say, how are you? And typically people would ask for that themselves. It's very important that you remember that we are the person you're speaking to, not the interpreter.
Tiffany 提醒我们，就是说我们在跟听障人讲话的时候，我们要对着他们讲话，因为他是我们沟通的对象。有时候我们常常会很习惯跟翻译员说，你可不可以告诉他什么事情？不用， 直接跟他们讲就好，因为他们就是你主要沟通的。I think that's very important. What else you think we should know? What else? 我问他还有什么是我们必须要注意的 ？What else you think we should know?
Deaf people can do anything really, except hear.
他们除了听有点困难，他们可以做任何的事情。
Don't believe every stereotype you see or hear. Get to know us before you make judgments. So judge the book by its cover, that kind of thing. Like I said, we're really cool people.
Yeah. 说他们很有意思的，所以不要说因为他们听障，然后我们就下一个刻板印象啊，就是认识他们，真的认识他们，跟他们之间的互动。So, what do you guys do for fun?
A lot of stuff. We do everything.
We watch everything. We go, little trips. We go to the mall. We watch movies. We rent movies and watch movies. And we eat and talk.
你可以看他们什么都做，他们比我们更会快乐。But let me ask you, when you go to watch a movie, how do you hear?
I can hear movies a little bit better than she can, but we use closed captioning. I still need the closed captioning.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't understand what's being said in the movies, so I look at the closed captioning. And movie theaters, thankfully, have these devices that you can use, and you have your own closed captioning. So it's not a movie.
Okay.
It's not the best way to watch these movies, so we usually just wait until they go into family video or they get on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, and we watch it on TV instead of those little. It's very distracting and hard to manipulate to see it from our eye level.
Tiffany 说她可以听到那个电影的声音，但是通常都是靠那个字幕。那有电影公司会电影院会给他们那个字幕提供那个服务，但是主要他们都会等到那个影片进入到可以他们自己可以在家里看，那效果是很好。哇 ，Yeah, the weather is bad outside. 天气外面天气不太好。Yeah. So yeah, I'm so glad we have a chance to talk.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great. So it maybe. Brenda, want to tell us what do you want us to know about how to work with deaf people?
I think as an interpreter, the best thing that they had said was when you're communicating with a deaf person with an interpreter, you're communicating with the deaf person. The interpreter's just there to interpret, so look at the deaf person that you're communicating with.
所以 Brenda 提醒我们，不要跟他，不要看他 ，Don't talk to him 不要看他，你要跟是谁沟通，你就跟那个人讲话啊，因为翻译员就是他只是在帮忙沟通的前面。Wow, it's 10 o'clock. I really want us to hopefully can talk more, but I think that'd be good. That's good for today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Say the last words for our audience. 我请他们每个人讲最后一句话。
When meeting new people that you don't understand, that are from a different culture or different backgrounds, always got to keep an open mind, no judgments. Approach them, keep an open mind, and learn how you can communicate with them, learn about their culture. That way you can be best friends.
Yeah.
Simple.
Tiffany 说碰到认识新的朋友，就像认识新朋友，跟他们讲话不要自己先不敢跟他们讲话，然后就是我们说 judge by the cover， 就是好像说你是听障，你就不懂，因为他们是很好玩的人。他说来认识我们很重要。How about Winnie? Anything for us? The last one.
Pretty much the same what Tiffany just said. So be loving.
Yeah. 他们都有一颗很温暖的心。You all have warm heart, want us to touch, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think that's good, right?
Yeah.
So thank you.
Bye.
谢谢。